This recording is section K of the Christian religion. Section K of the Christian religion. Now, in this section, we're going to jump forward on the timeline of Jesus Christ a bit. Not too far, but a little bit. As we jump forward on the timeline, we're going to bounce around in the timeline a little bit. And the reason for that is because I want to really focus in on not so much, oh yes, this is the astoundment and the fantasticness of Jesus and all the things he can do, but I want to focus on, hey, this is what the people following him and hanging out with him are learning, and because of that, here's what they can do. That's what I want to focus on this particular section. And this, again, this is section K. Now, if you think about the times of Jesus performing all of these quote-unquote miracles, which is high physics, things that he understood very well and that he had the power to pull off, it was like a form of advertising in a way. It was showing people, hey, I'm telling you something. It is the truth. Here is the outcome of this truth. Everything I'm telling you is very seriously real. And let me show you this to back it up, because I know you need this, or you're going to think I'm just another one of these people that are running around, because there were other people running around saying they were this and saying they were that. So he was saying, okay, I'm showing this because I know you need this proof. I know you need to see it. So I'm going to show it to you. But when you think of it as a form of advertisement, it will make very, very good sense to you. The guy was no dummy, okay? He wasn't really stupid. It was like free media. That's what it was. Think about that for a moment. There's no print, there's no TV, there's no radio, there's no World Wide Web, there's no nothing. It's 2,000 years ago. And this guy's running around and saying stuff that actually causes all kinds of conflict for the ruling. Ruling is a bad idea. Better idea is reigning religious group. Pharisees, Sadducees, lawyers, all those people that are wielding the law of Moses through the temple and through the temple system that we've all heard about all our lives. Okay? So this is the setup. And this is what's going on. Now, Jesus builds this following. He has a lot of followers. And these are not Facebook followers where, okay, I text a sentence here and now we're friends. Okay? No. Throw that ridiculousness out of your mind. These are people that go and interact with the energy of the moment that's going on. It's like a rock band or a country and western band or a, some group like that, where all of these people converge and partake of this energy that's being dished out. But the beauty of what he's doing, he's teaching them about the universe that they live in. He's teaching them about, here's who and what you are. And by the way, he says, there's lots of power because this is God. So it wasn't texting back and forth because, quite frankly, there was a lot going on at the four components, and it had to be that way. The texting back and forth business wouldn't have flown for this kind of thing. Please do keep that in mind. Because we live in the 21st century, I tell you this. It's very important for you to understand this. As he builds his following, as his following builds up, the numbers get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Because of what he's saying and because of what he's showing, the numbers keep increasing. More and more people. Now, here's the thing to understand. Anyone that's around, anyone that's part of, okay, here's the event. We're going to call it an event. Let's say, okay, Sermon on the Mount. That's an event. Okay, here I'm teaching this, I'm doing here's, I'm feeding a multitude, like a gob of people with 5 fish and some bread loaves. I mean, he's doing all of this stuff. You read about it in the New Testament, it's in the Bible, okay, the Christian Bible. There it is, right there, for you to read. Whether you like the religion or not, hey, check out the stories. Some of the stories are very, very cool. You know what I mean? Even if you don't want to be couched in the religion, the stories are very, very cool, and they talk about power. They talk about dimensions. They talk about this. They talk about that. What is possible, pretty much. But he builds the following, and there are different levels of the people that are following him and hanging around with him. Of course, we know about, well, these are the 12 apostles. Yes, we know about this because, if you know anything about Christianity, okay, Jesus had this one inner group. That was his entourage. These are the people that are hanging out with him like 24/7. I mean, maybe not exactly 24/7, but they are really close by. These are his friends, quote unquote. His real friends, quote unquote. And he's teaching them stuff, and he's hanging around with them, and they are absorbing all that he is. That's the inner group. The inner group is like the entourage. It's the entourage. And imagine the levels of stuff they're learning. Imagine the energies that they're absorbing. Imagine what's going on with their 4 components, because they're hanging out with this guy that's emitting these fields, the 4 component fields of his being. Just being in that proximity is having effects. The vibrational frequencies of them, especially that entourage, were coming up and up and up and up and getting higher and higher and higher and higher, because they're dealing with a guy that deals in, hey, here's the oneness of the Creator, and let's merge with the Creator. That's like the essence of what he's doing and saying. Okay? Aside from that group, there's other levels of the group. Then you have, different levels of group meaning followers. Group meaning followers. Let me clarify that. There's other levels of followers, because you're going to have your entourage. We can look at it as a modern music band, or we can look at it as a modern film industry, or a modern this or a modern that. You have these different levels. Some of the people that he said, okay, these are my followers, these are the people that follow me, hey, they followed him closely. They were there. They showed up at the events. They were learning stuff. They were getting stuff. They were being able to approach, have discussions, this and that, all that stuff. This is 2,000 years ago. We don't see he's got security. Okay, stop that person. We don't see any of that with Jesus. We just see he's like, okay, let's go out and talk to the crowds. Hey, why not? We don't see anything being barred from him doing his thing. It just wasn't there. But the followers, and the followers are in these different things. So you have the here's my entourage, the apostles, and that little group surrounding the apostles. Then you had the really close followers. These are people that had access to him all the time, but they weren't part of the entourage. You know, when it's time to eat, when it's time to sleep, when it's time to go do this, when we have to go out to the, out to the back skirts over here and absorb this or do that or meditate like this or learn this kind of thing or learn that kind of thing, they weren't part of that, but they were very close. Then you had another group that was a little further out, and then another part of the group that, why do I keep saying group? Another part of the following that was a little further out, another part that was even more further out, and so on it goes. Until, just when the guy's walking down the street, his popularity eventually catches the eye of the reigning religious type, and they're not too happy. They're not too happy. I'm not going to talk about they're not too happy. I'm going to save that for some other part. But this is what I want you to see, and this is what I want. This is what I want to address, because I want to address the energy, and I want to address what goes on, and I want to address here's the things that happen, and I really want to focus in heavily on here's the apostles, the entourage, and the people that the apostles know have carte blanche to walk in and out of the apostle group, the entourage group. These are like friends of the entourage. So they can walk in and out at any time. And then, the different levels of followers.